on. So we're back this week, another round of topics, music, cannabis, marketing, and then we do have a special guest joining us here a little bit on in this episode. But today we're going to keep it off, keep it funky fresh and start with, the little segment of what you've been smoking on. So Jay Ping, I'm just curious what you've been smoking. I know you've been smoking a lot of flavors this week, but what you've been smoking on today?
I wish I had the pack with me right now that I have, but I'm smoking on this LCSD. It's the MJ Ultra LCSD. It's like a spin on LSD. It's got a Dutch treat terpenoline profile, and then I got the Jello Gelato from Sherbinsky's in it as well. So this is one hell of a terpy joint, let me tell you.
So MK Ultra mixed with Jello. That's what you're rolling with.
I'm rolling with some LCSD. It says
LCSD.
Yep.
Okay. You getting? I got this. I got some Doghouse on me today. This is the Drool. Playing off the dog theme. But I had some of their headband. I actually had the last of their headband earlier, and I reached in the jar to grab some of that and realized the bag was empty. So I'm on this other strain, the Drool, which I'm not quite sure of the genetics, but it's some chunky nugs, man. I'm definitely liking everything I've had from Doghouse recently.
Do you know where Doghouse is cultivated at in Washington?
They're in Vancouver, Washington, so down there on the border, and then they also, they're multi-state operators, so they're also in Oregon, and I'm not sure where their facility's at in Oregon. I'd assume somewhere close to the border, but I do know. I think it's towards Corvallis, so it's probably 30, 45 minutes south of the border.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, West Coast weed tour. We've been smoking lots of weed, bro. It's been crazy. I guess the other thing too. The first joint is this Gelato MJ Ultra shit. The second joint's gonna be King Louis from THC Design.
Okay.
This was one of the reviews that we had to do for Market Run Delivery. Market Run recently expanded into Burbank. And they are servicing a number of the cities that haven't yet approved cannabis retail in East LA, like certain parts of Orange County. Market Run Delivery is starting to service. They can do it in a lot of the time, just like a 2-hour delivery kind of situation for a lot of these cities out there.
Wow.
They do it in 30 minutes or less. Yeah.
They're coming out with the classic delivery model right there. That delivery promise.
The last time I spoke to them, it was all about leveraging the undervalued areas, right? And that don't have hella competition. They're just servicing those better than other people, and they're seeing tens and tens and tens of orders out of these cities every day. So,
well, it makes sense, man. You gotta go after where everyone else is not going after it, man.
100%. Real quick, hey, are you able to change on the restream right now? It says PNW Radio down on the bottom.
Oh yeah, we can take that off. Good grab.
Yo, everybody, it's our first. There it is. We got these little restream studio thing that we have going on here for our stuff. And this is the cool part about where technology is at, is that now people doing podcasts, whether it's on the fly or live like this, we can make edits and shit, man. So that's shout out to Restream coming in.
Yeah, shout out. It's not like TV. It's not like you're live and you're live. We can edit as we go and edit some of it afterwards.
So we wanna dive into the West Coast Weed Tour first, right? You want to talk about some of these products that just finished our top lists, right?
Yeah.
Let's do the best weed in California and then the best weed infused beverages. Let's do those two first.
Okay.
Actually, let's go do this. Actually, the best cannabis flower on the West Coast. Let's do this first.
Okay, I had that one open.
Okay. So we're gonna start from the bottom. Coming in, kind of at tying for 10th place / 9th place. We've got Wonder Brett's Beyond Blueberry with a 94. We've got Avita's Lemon Meringue also with a 94. So Wonder Bread out of California, Avita's out of Washington. Very cool to see that for the 9th and 10th spot. At number 8 and kind of also number 7 and also number 6 and also number 5. This is a 4-way tie for 6th through, for like 8th, 7th, 6th, and 5th place, basically. You ready for this?
Yep.
The Premium Jack from Nug, one of the best strains on the West Coast, 95 score overall. I reviewed the Cannabis Lemon Cherry Gelato, 95. A dispensary straight up told me, yo, this strain made me $38,000 this week. You should buy this. So I did. THC Design. Big shout out to THC Design. The Crescendo, 95. Jazzy and I smoked this. We were told, hey, this is an aphrodisiac. Everyone, all the bud tenders who talked about it, the delivery service dispatchers, they said everyone who's tried this has said that this kind of got them energized and feeling kind of funky freaky. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Coming in next, we had the Cookies Gary Payton at 95. This one was the Washington State Gary Payton. We did not review Gary Payton in California. We just did the Washington State one. All right, and this is what was one of the surprises on the list. The next two are both surprises. Glasshouse Farms GMO at 95.25. That GMO will get you, man. People love that garlicky GMO, and it always tastes good. 95.5 overall. Dosey Dose, also from Glasshouse Farms. The Greenhouse beating a lot of indoor from Glasshouse right now. It's very exciting.
That's impressive.
Yes. The Cure Company up next with the PGMO. And then we've got second and first place. Are you ready?
Yep.
Marathon OG, second place, 97.
It's a solid cut.
Dude. And then first place, overall, best weed on the West Coast. I reviewed this one. The Maven Genetics Gelato Gas, 97.5. A combination of affordability and great fucking tasting weed, dude. It was for sale. It was a deal. And tasted better than every other gelato that I smoked.
You know the words gelato and gas together, they're taking my money. It doesn't even matter if it's the most expensive eighth in the store.
It wasn't. That's the thing. That gelato gas from Maven Genetics, I bought on the same trip as the lemon cherry gelato from Canatique. It was from the same dispensary. One was $75. One was $42.
Well, they had two. We got it. What do you remember what store that was? Because they had two of the top products on the entire coast.
Calma and West Hollywood had two of the top 10 best products on the West Coast.
Out of 300 and something products. Okay. We'll have to reach out to them and let them
Johnny, you know who the buyer is? There's a gentleman named Johnny. He is from the east side.
Okay.
He's from Washington. It's kind of clowning. He had the Washington phone number. It was pretty dope. All right, so next category, Mitch, are you ready?
Yes, let's get it.
All right. Where is it at? Where'd it go? I lost it. We're gonna do best. Where'd it go? Best cannabis wellness products on the West Coast. This is a short list. Coming in at first place, Papa and Barkley Relief Tincture at a 90. I personally have taken this numerous times. My mom, Jazzy here, the girlfriend, we have taken this numerous times. The 1-to-1 Relief Tincture is both effective, and the word that we used here was invigorating. In Washington, the Joints and Bones Gnome Serum, 84. CBD infused icy hot, 300 milligram CBD. We have the Mobius transdermal patch at an 82. The Green Revolution remarkable sublingual CBD spray, 76. The Science of Life Alchemy Bacon Pet Tincture at a 68. So just 5 products on that list. To be honest, when we went around asking around for health and wellness products, number one, people found it hard to differentiate what is actually the best. People could identify what worked, but on a best of the best situation, it wasn't something that they'd really been asked a lot, it seemed like. It wasn't a conversation that they seemed to be having all the time. Right. At least in California, the clear-cut favorite was Papa and Barkley, I would say. The one that you see almost everywhere, though, that's not Papa and Barkley, definitely is Mary's Medicinals.
Yeah.
Mary's, I'll be honest, we didn't review any of your guys' products. It wasn't once nominated as one of the best, unfortunately. So we didn't go out of our way to buy it. And so that was kind of one of the requirements of this is we went around asking if it was nominated, we would buy it at some point or another.
And that's an interesting note of how big the category is, because wellness obviously transcends, traditional THC recreational dispensary markets.
Yep.
In sheer size, volume, and the audience that you can even sell those products to. But it's also, one of the ones that has the most hype and the most people running to cannabis because of that sector. And it's interesting to know that there isn't a ton of brands or products that people are really running out to vouch for. The market is really not defined. I mean, Pop and Barkley, they took the top, and like you said, they get mentioned a lot. They clearly have had, the marketing and the investment in their product to get there, and no doubt have good products. But I think it's interesting to see with how big of a market size that is and how defined it is.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and most definitely. And it's an exciting space for a lot of other brands and other people to consider entering. And so the next category that we have is going to be the best cannabis beverages in California. So myself, I love drinking cannabis, dude. Like I've been drinking weed since 2016 as often as I can. I personally believe that if I'm not getting offered a beverage when I'm buying flower, like that's a missed opportunity to sell me something for $3 to $10. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, we have the, again, California best cannabis beverages. The La Familia times Agua de Flor Horchata, 80, coming in at number 10. Tie for 10, the Nectar Orange Cream Sparkling Water. So big shout out to Nectar, the whole Space Station team, Vertoso, you guys are killing it. Tied again, same score. The Nectar Lime Sparkling Water, 80. The seltzers were big this year. I think that's one of the things that we're seeing is people just infusing seltzers, different kinds of carbonations, different flavors, things like that. Coming in next, the Rebel Coast Mixed Berry, 85. I personally drank it again last night, and I didn't like it. It did not taste good. So it's just interesting to also see the consistency from store to store and batch to batch. The one last night had a huge weed flavor, as if it was sitting on the bottom. Coming in next, we have the Rebel Coast Sauvage 2019 and the Pink Passion. These are two different beverages that Rebel Coast offer. One that's more of a wine, like a fruity wine, and then one that's more of like this pink, fruity, juicy. I don't even know wines that well. So we really more so relied on Jazzy's experience, and she delivered an 85 for both of them. It wasn't that they were good, it wasn't that they were bad, but pretty consistent nonetheless. You're familiar with Source and Major in Washington State, right?
Yeah.
We did review their new line of Major products here in California. Big shout out to Diana and Alejandro and the entire team from behind Source these days. 86 for the Volcanic Orange Mango. Honestly, it tastes like orange Kool-Aid with the back-ended, really potent weed kind of kick.
And that's one of those ones I know that they made 100 milligram unaffordable, at least for the Washington. So I'd take it.
It was like $18 here.
Yeah, for 100 milligrams in a single beverage. That's a pretty good price point.
And I tell you what, after Jazzy's drank that first sip, she had never had that Source technology, that Source tech before. That shit had her giggling. That shit had both of us giggling. We were laughing. It was a good time. So big shout out to Source and Major. They're killing it. This was kind of a surprise entry this year. We had, we started taking more CBD entries, right, for the West Coast Weed Tour. Rhythm CBD, the Blackberry Lavender Seltzer. One of the first CBD beverages that I drank this year for the West Coast Weed Tour. I've probably had 50 to 60 different types in the last year. I really go around to all the stores and buy them as often as I can. And this one was really good. I love Blackberry shit. Okay, up next we have the Simply Stoneade, the Joy Lemon Drop. These were basically shooters, right? Like a little lemonade shooter. They were infused, kind of syrupy, sweet and sour. I liked it. It was good to mix in a Sprite. It was good to kind of just shoot by itself. It didn't taste bad, and it didn't taste like Minute Maid. So with all that said, we gave it like an 87.5. That's pretty high, but you got to think that's a unique product. It's different than a juice. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we gave that kind of like, give that a fairly high score, but there wasn't much to hate on it about. 2 products in the top 10, Rhythm, CBD, the Grapefruit Rosemary Seltzer. I particularly like citrusy seltzers, like citrusy waters and sparkling waters and shits. I love them. This one, really good. Plus, you got a little bit of kick of that rosemary. We smoke a lot of weed, so hard to say if the CBD actually works or not for us, because we're taking CBD, we're taking our RMR CBD, we're taking other people's CBD, we're taking it. We're CB dizzled out all the time. I think we're getting close to the top here. Next we have Le Chronique Blueberry Lavender Sparkling Water at 92. That one was really, really good. Blueberry lavender, dude, it tasted like the smell of a blueberry candy, or like blueberries, you know, like frozen blueberries. It was like that. All right, so Matt's High Sodas, the iced tea lemonade, the Arnold Palmer, a classic beverage. Matt's High Teas, or Matt's High Sodas here in California. Big shout out to Matt McGinn and Av Miller. They really have grown that brand quite a bit with their sales force that they've been working with. A 95 was the score for that. Nectar, 3 out of 10 on here on the list for Nectar. The Watermelon Sparkling Watermelon Sparkling Water, 96.25. We drank the orange creamsicle, the lime, and the watermelon one, and we did a bunch of other beverages too, and they just really didn't do it. You know what I mean? We've got some more beverages coming in on the taste test review, but out of all the ones that we enjoyed, this sparkling water, the watermelon one, tasted the best. And then the best cannabis infused beverage in California, we found the sparkling peach cooler, right? From Habit. I love Habit's products. I love their beverages, the peach cooler, the raspberry cooler. It reminds me of those adult cooler, you know, those like, you know, when you go canoeing or boating, the little wine cooler, sparkling drink and shit, it's all sugary.
Yep.
Reminded me of that. So really enjoyed that. But I think this will have to do for our West Coast Weed Tour announcement. I know we've got a special guest today. Let's go ahead and try to, you know, let's bring Mark on, man. I want to make the big announcement.
Yes.
It's time.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh,
Joey, Mitch.
Hello.
What's going on? We got our good friend Mark Hubbard from M6 Labs, cannabis entrepreneur, innovator, CBD expert joining us today. Beyond that, I guess all components of cannabis. I won't even just pigeonhole you on CBD, THC, Delta 8, CBN, CBD, all the acronyms, you know, that I know and don't know, man. So
yeah, definitely had a lot of quality people educating me. Dr. Peter Pasecki, Dr. Robert Tinder, Josh Haney, lots of really smart people that have been able to add things to this brain and been able to apply it to good business and stuff. And thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah.
No problem, man. Thank you for being on our show today. It is an honor. This is Mitch. This is our second, third. How many episodes are we on now?
This is our third episode.
Episode 3. And, you know, everyone, we wanted to bring Mark, Mr. Hubbard here on the show because, number one, he has been one of the most helpful humans in the industry, both in terms of like helping our business grow in the cannabis and CBD space. And not like it's like an everyday, all the time kind of thing, but it's just monumental steps, right? Helping our brand do certain things and grow and scale that have just had such impact in the way that we think and the way that we operate now. And so, Mark, man, it is an honor to have you here today. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Sharing is caring for sure. And, starting in the cannabis testing, part of this industry is very much giving back, seeing people's plight, seeing their stories, hearing, what their challenges are, and going out and taking that extra mile. At M6 Labs, we like to get these shortcuts for you so you can get your products to the marketplace. It's just important to understand that just because you're small doesn't mean that you're not important, for sure.
Hell yeah. So what can you back it up briefly for us and give us kind of just a brief overview of kind of your journey in the legal cannabis sector? Because obviously you've done a lot and seen a lot and grown a lot.
Yeah, let's see. I was born in the 70s, so I was a product of that generation where, my parents and my aunts and uncles all smoked. They were still in high school when I was born, so I always remember them rolling joints and shooing me out of the room to go outside and play, and to go drink out of the garden hose or something. Many years later, 2001, I qualified for a medical authorization in Washington State for medical conditions. Started down this kind of understanding of what cannabis did other than just get you high. We got to come together at farmers markets and share and anecdotally say like, hey, this strain did this for me. This combination when I ate it did this for me. And a lot of people came together, and that was, the basis of this sharing and one love, atmosphere that's so important, I think, in the culture that sometimes gets missed when we talk about medical and sometimes old school medical and now recreational cannabis or businesses instead of donations. Right. So that's where I started into cannabis and how it came into my life. A few years later at that, I started to see a lot of need. In 2012, had the idea with a partner of mine to open a cannabis testing laboratory. We opened Integrity Labs Cannabis Testing in Olympia, Washington in 2012. That was 2 years even before legalization, before Washington State even voted in legal cannabis. There was a thriving existing medical market, and we just kind of fit in this small little niche. It was an interesting time and place for sure. But started from that. Legalization got voted in. We met regulations and expanded our lab and watched things just boom and just go really, really well. That's where I met you guys, quite some time ago in the Seattle marketplace, and just every day is great. The business did really well, Integrity Labs, and I stepped down a few years ago as the CEO, and I started into other adventures. Extracting hemp was one of the things that I went down to Denver when, I don't even want to say how much we were getting. We were getting $7,500 a kilo for CBD for CBD distillate. Seems like forever ago, but it was only a few years ago. And that's some of the start of my pathway that brought me to more of the hemp side of the plant.
And what was it about hemp that took you away from THC? Because you were definitely early. I remember running into you in Denver and then a few other areas when you were on CBD products when it was definitely not the hype that it's been the last few years. So when did you kind of notice this is going to be a good lane to go? And then when did you kind of feel like, all right, I'm doubling down on this?
Well, where I really have to thank is some of the true OGs, Joy Beckerman, always at the Olympia Hemp Fest and Seattle Hemp Fest was always showing what hemp fiber could actually truly do. In a back-ended way, my family is from Wisconsin, my dad's side of the family. Wisconsin was one of the top producers of hemp, all the way up into the 30s. And gosh, I don't even remember the dates. It was used in plastics for quite a while, and resins and polymers. But, so it kind of linked back then. I saw the restricted marketplace that marijuana was, when you're restricted to, a couple thousand square feet, which made or broke people's financial viability in the marketplace. Well, some people had very big aspirations in marijuana, but their license limited them to this very small box that they had to stay within, which was kind of troubling. Hemp was able to be grown by the acre. This was something that was truly what I saw was amazing. And the potential of that. So for years at the testing lab, I had many CBD strains that were brought in and tested. We saw the rise of Charlotte's Web. We saw AC/DC kind of fall right along with it, and all the medical benefits that were associated with that plant. But then we start to move towards some of the true fiber applications, and a lot of the things that Canada or Oregon has spent a lot of time investing years in research and furthering that. So a bigger marketplace, more potential, not limited by a bureaucratic system that said you can only grow this many plants.
And that's important. I mean, that's important. Like I said, you were early on that, and I think that's going to prove, it's already proven, very as a tribute to your success in the space. But I think, even 3 to 5 years down the line, right, you're going to be one of the first movers at a high level in this space, in one of the largest growing industries. And so, now you're at M6 Labs. And so can you give us kind of a breakdown of what you guys do at M6 Labs?
M6 Labs is a Wisconsin-based company. We're out of just north of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We grow genetics that I've amassed over the years. We manufacture, we extract, we distribute, we give solutions for individuals to make and distribute CBD products to the marketplace. We're doing conversions and reaction conversions to find and get other cannabinoids, Delta 8 being one of the more popular one, CBN, CBL, Delta 10 is everybody's talking about. Nobody's kind of even hitting the Delta 911 yet, and there's a reason why they call it that. But lots of fun things that we can do with this plant and the cannabinoids and move things around.
That's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah, fun stuff for sure. But it's only because I've brought myself around this great group of people that are very, very educated and understand this is what they're highly educated in, and I just give them a place and a forum to do what they enjoy to do, and I just get to highlight their abilities and their strengths. So and they get compensated for it. It's why we pass a joint, right? Yeah. Everybody's got to win, right?
I love it. That's true. Absolutely.
Everyone gets a piece. Yeah. And then so a part of what you're doing at M6 Labs is working with a lot of brands. And I know you touched on it briefly earlier, the passion of working with small businesses and providing an outlet. And so, one of the things that we were going to talk about on this podcast today was that we, Respect My Region, are dropping our own line of CBD products with the help of Mark and M6 Labs have helped us develop an initial product line that we're going to be launching here real soon. And we're just stoked about that. Mark's been great at pointing us in the right direction, educating us on what we can do, what we can't do, what works out the best, and has even allowed us to come in the kitchen, if you will, and cook up some new flavors.
Yeah. The crew at M6 Lab was really excited at all the flavor combinations he threw at us. Definitely a different level. So impressed, you guys. So happy to see this launch of these products and these flavors come through for you. But yeah, everybody loves working with you guys, and that's what we want to do is make your dreams and the ideas that you guys have come through, and make it easy for you to be successful.
Yeah, it's been crazy. What do we got coming out, Mark? We got the melatonin.
Yeah, you guys, these are the vegan shoes that M6 Labs carries. I'll carry a couple right here. This cherry lime right here. These are the Delta 8 milligram, 25 milligrams. You guys have a couple flavor combinations. I don't know. Can I drop the flavor? I'm so excited about it.
Of course, we got the mangoes.
The chili mango, off the chart, kind of like a really spicy, well, I don't want to say the spicy flavor, but spicy, that and mango. Definitely a cultural thing, but many people are digging it, and that's a great one. The melatonin combinations that you guys came up with was the lavender and vanilla. Definitely a great combo. It was beautiful. 5 milligrams of melatonin combined with CBD, just a great something that's going to give you what you need at this time is just some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anti-inflammatory, something that's going to help you relax. Sorry, these guys are really good. But we've got the vegan chews for you guys, all vegan. No animal products in this. Shelf stable. They do ship. They don't melt in transit. That's all about the chemistry. Fun stuff. Popping candy. You guys are throwing those ones out. Balm, salves, all organically made. All made in-house. Everything at m6labs.com is made in-house. What's that?
Got a lot of stuff coming down the road. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. We appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. No, we appreciate you guys at M6 Labs, and just want everybody to get out there and try these products and try what you guys have. It's it's kind of it's important at M6 Labs that you kind of understand like what you're getting, and QR codes are going to be super important. There's a lot of things that are coming down in federal regulations called ingredients, manufacturer information. Things that are supposed to be on the label that you may or may not see on other products. And that's maybe your first clue. Is this something that I should consume or give to my, to my family or loved ones?
Yeah.
Do you see these things that you see in other, in other things that I consume, safety seals at the very least,
So on that note, talk to us a little bit about the process that goes into creating some of the items. For us, the ones that I'm particularly interested in learning about would be kind of how you created the gummies, and then also the pre-rolls, right? Kind of what goes into the flower in the, we've got these half-gram pre-rolls, these original hemp flavored or what strain or whatever it is. Could you talk to us a little bit about those kind of processes behind those two items?
Yeah, so genetics that we've sourced over the time. We're really proud of the cherry remedy that was sourced. Remedy was an old Washington strain, a 1-to-1, and crossed with the cherry wine number 3. Came out really, really nice, and we've got a lot of really nice farmers here in Wisconsin. I don't know what it is about this region up here, but it just grows really, really well. You can look back on some of the social media. The plants were all 8 feet tall, just beautiful, pushing out 2.5 pounds naturally in every single plant. And we don't even have these genetics dialed in yet. But all these plants are hung and dried and cured in house, just like you would do a regular marijuana. It is outdoor grown, but you're going to get the nodes of the soil. You're going to get the nodes, and the plants grow to just something completely different that can't be mimicked in indoor conditions, especially early in these genetics, because they're so new. We've only been growing these genetics for a few years, so they have definitely not been dialed into the standard that THC is. Give it some time. We'll get an indoor environment, and there are some people that have done really good job at growing indoor CBD. So the flower that goes into that is grown here in Wisconsin, whole bud, ground into raw cones, 1 gram finished weight of those cones. You get 2 in every pack. Some of the marketing from the marijuana industry in Washington State, everybody loves 2Js. Nobody wants one big fat one, but the chews, all made in-house as well. Vegan, made with natural sugar, not filtered through bone charge, so they do meet vegan standards. Some people don't really understand that. Cornstarch or corn syrup, and then pectin is all that's in, and then natural flavoring. Distillate that's made in-house. The vegan chews are just something that are a totally different level. Everybody just really loves those. I've had a lot of teachers that have taught me how to make some of these candies, so too many to recognize at this time.
Gotta keep this.
I can't remember. I ate too many of them.
Shit, man. I take one of these gummies, I'm sleeping good for a solid 6-7 hours, man.
Well, yeah, actually, I do remember. Peggy Buttons is one. Diane Stonyville Farms. Real OGs, ladies that really have talents in the kitchen, have taught me a lot. Craft Elixirs, Jamie Hoffman with Craft Elixirs. She makes a great candy and a great edible product. So
we're working on them with a campaign right now. I'll have to bring that up.
Yeah, Jamie does a great business up there. All female owned. She's a trooper. She's a hustler. Has definitely ground the entire way and has stayed alive in this industry. So, mad props to that in this tough game.
They had some those little fruit chews with the little fruit piece inside of them. That shit is the best ever.
Yeah, definitely worked a lot with her. Early on, she didn't even realize how good her RSO was, and I got her to put it in a syringe and put it out to the marketplace. Just a little. What are you doing with that? How, And she's like, nobody wants to buy that. And I go, yeah, they will.
Hell
So, just giving little tidbits, little, things to make things happen. Northwest Cannabis Solutions, Double Delicious. I worked with both of those companies to put out the potions, lotions, the little 2 ml shots that are 100 milligram that are, not ingestible, but everybody knows you get 100 mgs real quick, so that's came out of the box with those. So some solutions like that. Worked with Gaga and Mr. Twister to formulate some of their joints so they could get their infused joint, really, really high potency. So that was some fun projects over time. Marco Hoffman and those guys up there up at Evergreen Herbal and stuff are great people as well, and they do a great job. And
big shout out to those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, man, that was a crazy time when we first met you, Mark, man. The Diego Pellicer days in Seattle. Again, Integrity. What was it? What was the Weed Bunny? And some of the other products. And those dispensaries in Washington had a lot of items. In California here where I'm at, there's not that many items on these menus down there yet.
Well, what I can tell you is that those times are not going to last forever. These struggles are just part of the hurdles of this transformation in the industry. It's not going to last forever. Do a good business, put it out there, do it right. The people will come, the marketplaces will grow and come back to where they used to be. It's not an experiment. It's been done before. Just do the hustle and grind away, and everything will get easier for sure.
Free game, everybody, from a legend. Here we go.
Where do you see the industry, the CBD industry, and these alternative cannabinoids that are not THC? Where do you see kind of the future of that going? Because that's still obviously developing right alongside recreational cannabis without as many of the limitations like you mentioned earlier.
Well, it starts with good testing, and if you don't have good testing and good identification, then you really don't know what's in your products that you're consuming. So that QR code and what that links to in the lab that links to is, a super important thing. Once we can do better at the analysis, we'll see these more cannabinoids start popping out, CBL, and then have the ability to put them all back together and do kind of more of some compounding things with the cannabinoids, and then be able to put them into clinical trials in those combinations, and then really start to see what these cannabinoids do or don't do in these kind of studies, and have them validated so we can say this is what CBN does. This is what Delta 8 is good for. This is Delta 8 combination with this terpene, or these ratio combinations of THC and CBD or CBG, or CBDA, the acidic forms. So this is all what's to come over the next 5 or 6 years, is putting these back together in combinations. And if we can all share and keep this community going where we can give back and not be all secretive with our information and act like it's all proprietary. We're all learning, and we all want to help each other, and that's what we all got to remember. And if we can do that, then we're not going to get divided. And whether you're medical or recreational, or you want to get high, or it makes your life different, or and it benefits a loved one, we can all be one around this plant together.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
That's awesome. Backing it with the science and facts, but ultimately rooted in kind of community and staying true to the plant, man. I love it.
That's right. One love, man. Bob Marley said it. The basis of all of it. That's why we pass a joint. I'll say it again.
One love. There we go.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
So I final question before we get on out of here. The Delta 8 THC is something that's super popular right now. Although these are not the items that we're dropping at this time, we're just dropping their broad spectrum CBD hemp, correct?
Correct. Yep, full spectrum with THC below 0.3%. Everything is batch tested.
Okay, so full spec below. Okay.
Yep. Other cannabinoids with that. We do additives back to get the THC levels back up to the 0.3%. So they are more of a full spectrum. So I don't go away from the THC number. THC is a good thing. So they are very much full spectrum, and we add a bunch of different extracts together to get a really nice blended profile in what we use for all of the edible products from M6 Labs.
Huge. No, that is so helpful.
And that's kind of the beginning of this compounding concept that I'm kind of laying out here. Is it's not just one strain; it's a combination of things together that make a quality product. Whether it be essential oils, whether it be quality ingredients, and as well as a good cannabinoid profile, not just one. Unless that's what you want. We have many different items, THC free if you want. But full spectrum is something that's important. But Delta 8, is one of those popular things. It's made from CBD. It's made, it can be made from THC as well. It's a longer route to do it from CBD isolate, but it can be done, and it's being done, and people are getting a very good effect from it. And it's interesting to see over time, what those effects are becoming.
What is that effect at this point? What is
you know what? I've got to stick that's not my education and background, but what I've heard, and I can definitely say that, is it's an attitude adjustment, and it's not a psychoactive effect. It's very much a body high, but it's an attitude adjustment from what I've heard and what many of individuals have said. That a friend of mine, she's in her early 70s. Her husband or her says that she cries every single day. For over 3 months, she's been taking a half a chew in the morning and a half a chew at night, roughly 5 to 6 milligrams in the morning and 5 to 6 milligrams at night. And she hasn't cried for over 4 months. Amazing. She is ecstatic. Her husband is just coming out of his skin. He can't stop bragging about it. He tells everybody, and it's changing their life. And that's what I like and what I continuously see with this plant. Whether it's allowing a little girl to stop having seizures and to have a birthday for the first time in 3 or 4 years because she won't stop seizing. Her parents can go on a vacation. Friends of mine avoiding surgeries, to have their parts of their GI taken out because of, Crohn's or different digestive issues, and being repaired in a matter of weeks to where the inflammation is gone and surgeons don't know where to operate. Those are the life-changing things that I've seen repeatedly from this plant, whether it be THC or CBD. I've seen it from both sides, and it's just awesome to see every single day and watch what is tomorrow going to bring. And Delta 8's a new thing. Delta 10's a new thing. There's a few cannabinoids I dropped tonight that are going to be happening over the next couple of years. So
everyone go search those.
Right.
Look them up.
That's right.
I heard them. Well, man, we appreciate you being on the show here tonight. Is there anything that you'd like to plug or get off your chest or say or any shout out before we get on out of here?
No, just visit us at m6labs.com. Check out what we do. Check out all the products. I want to thank you guys, Joey, Mitch, Respect My Region, for working with M6 Labs. And, I'm happy to share information with you guys. And, it's good to see you guys doing what you're doing and what you guys have become over the years. And, it's just awesome to watch your guys' journey as well. So, thank you for getting that love out there and the truth and the facts. I appreciate what you guys spit out there. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you, man. Awesome. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be talking to you here real soon, man. So we'll talk shortly.
Awesome facts. Thanks, guys.
You have a good rest of the weekend, brother. Oh, man. So big shout out to Mark there, bro. Killing it, coming in hot with the CBD products and the knowledge in the game. That was invaluable.
Yes. And yeah, for people out there, people in Washington and people that know Mark, they know, the mark that he's laid on this industry and how smart and humble and just connected of an individual that guy is. And he was, since us working together, professionally on this product to, predating that, just when we were just friends amongst the industry, just really the personality and the way he carried himself right there is always how he is, man. Always down to share wealth and knowledge, share connections, and he was putting us on to CBD products early, when I didn't even know anything about it.
Man, teaching me so much back in the Integrity Labs days. He was always available to ask so many questions, and what he not only if he didn't have the answer, but he at least follow up and get you the answer. Through someone that he knew, like you said, shouting out at some of these people. He's really solid at building teams, so a lot of respect for him for surrounding himself with some fire people. And man, these products, they're really good. We've got the topical, the cool heat topical, right? Fire, it's like a fiery ice. It's hot, it's icy, it's cold.
We got him.
There we go. And then we got 3 flavors of gummies. We got the Melanade Melatonin. Oh, you got them all right there?
I got them. I think we got.
Yeah, there's a Melanade with melatonin. Look at the vegan CBD gummies, everybody. Check that out. The official Respect My Region CBD products. Let's go.
Here's the other one, the one we were talking about, the mango chili lime.
Mango lime. Let's go. Super covered in the seasoning. It is spicy, it is mango-y, and it has a little bit of lime. What else? What the last one? The last one is just a plain classic mango. This is my favorite. This is my daily. I take this every day. I don't take the melatonin every day unless I really, really, really need that super deep sleep,
Then we have the pre-roll we were talking about.
Woo, look at that, you guys. Respect My Region has a pre-roll. Actually, it's 2 pre-rolls, right? Or is it just one?
In there, and it has the QR code, what he was talking about, so you can get straight to the, the test results. So we got.
Hold up the pre-roll.
I smoked one out of there, so it's 2 of these.
There we go.
It should be 2 in the pack, but one of them.
Was it? Give the people an honest review, man.
And it was good. To be honest, like Joey mentioned a little bit earlier, for those that weren't following, we are, on the heavier side of cannabis consumers. And with that, consuming just regular flower, we are consuming CBD alongside the THC we smoke. So we smoke a lot. So when I was smoking just CBD, outdoor hemp, I expected it to not taste appealing. When we were sampling these, I'm big on indoor quality grown flower with high terps. And so obviously you're not going to get high terps and the stickiness of cannabis, right? But I actually thought it tasted great. Whenever I take my tolerance breaks, I do not smoke tobacco, but when I take tolerance breaks, I will smoke Black and Milds when I have the craving to smoke. Do not enjoy the taste of them, but have just always done that throughout my life. And so this right here will for sure be, it'll probably be something I consume on the regular when I'm just not trying to get high and want to smoke. But also if I'm taking a tolerance break, I would much, much, much prefer to smoke this as opposed to any tobacco products.
Facts. I smoked one when we first got them. Then I saved the rest to try to give them to the homies and stuff. Haven't followed up with anybody on the feedback, but I thought it was pretty good. Thought it tasted earthy. There wasn't super crazy terps and super piney, Gorilla Glue. Oh, this was super citrusy. It didn't have much of that, but it was smooth. It wasn't harsh for me, and it tasted kind of earthy and spicy. So it tasted kind of like weed, but without the weed. The Boost tinctures, another daily. I take this every single day. Back pain, back pressure, neck pain, neck pressure.
Now I don't drink soda, but I feel like this with a splash of Sprite would be really good, or like a lavender lemonade or something.
It's already really good by itself. I literally every day.
And then we got the so the boost is more your morning, your daytime. The refresh right here is your relaxing, not quite nighttime, but just relaxing.
Minty with a little bit of vanilla in it, I think, right?
Yeah, something for the evening to chill you out. But then if you're really trying to chill, then we got the.
Yeah, I would take that one, and in 20 minutes, I was asleep.
So, all together, we got the.
We got the 3-packs of tinctures. The boost is great for stomach pain, anything with your GI. I've seen in my use. I have IBS and Crohn's, and so working with those situations and combining it with tea consistently has helped me just do things regularly and stay normal and keep my stomach pain and my cramps down, which is huge, my nausea. And I also feel like, if you have insomnia and stuff like that, like I said, the chill one definitely is capable of putting you to sleep. As an adult, I do a full dropper every time I use it. Simple as that.
Yeah, the chill. I to be honest, I don't even know if I've done the refresh because I've just been more so done the chill in the evening and the boost in the morning. So I think I know I've done them all, but I can't think of quite the refresh. I'll have to.
I like the mintiness.
Yeah. I think maybe that'd be my maybe before I stepped out. I'm done with work for the day, but I'm about to step out and just want to be a little relaxed, right? But the gummies for sure. I mean, the mango chili lime is crazy flavor. It's hard to just eat one. The mango's got a great flavor. Like you said, it's great for the morning to just, I have it right by my front door in this drawer. So pop one right on the way out. And then similarly, it's right by my stairs going upstairs too. And so taking that melatonin, before I go upstairs and shower and get ready for bed. And it's like, I'll just be reading a book, 30
You're
40
just
minutes
melted.
later, and I just start, my eyes are getting heavy and it's helping me sleep. Cause that's an issue of mine. I do not drink caffeine and I just don't sleep, man. So, and cannabis,
you have trouble falling asleep?
I do. And cannabis, cannabis is nice to, at one point it relaxes my mind, but at the same time, it also gets my creativity moving. So it's hard to sleep. I get relaxed at night, but then I start having all these ideas and it's hard to just shut off the brain. So
I feel you.
CBD melatonin mixed with some cannabis.
It's a guaranteed KO on that CBD melatonin.
Yeah, most certainly.
I love it. I love the tinctures. I love the gummies. Jazzy really enjoys the mango chili limes. We've been giving them out to other people. They've really enjoyed them. That's not really my favorite particularly flavor. The mango one, like I said, that's my daily. But I really think that this plus other flavors down the road is going to be something that's super exciting. So.
Yep. And so for those out there asking, all of these products will be on sale. We're launching a new e-com site it'll be a CBD e-com site. It will be dropping in the next, I don't know.
Put a date on it.
7 to 14 days. It'll be dropping soon. The website's 99% done. We just got to finish a few things. This was supposed to be done. Joey's sitting there shaking his head because this was supposed to be done in Q4 last year, but it wasn't just coronavirus. 2020 really uppercut us in the stomach, face, and growing. Running a little bit behind, but we almost got everything done. We're really stoked. Like we said, we're really stoked with these flavors we've been able to cook up. And, we usually talk about some music marketing game. We're about to run out of time, but to quickly get here to bring in.
We started late.
Okay, but to bring into this, for us, right, we started, for those that don't know, Respect My Region started out as a clothing company. And we started out as a clothing company because before it was even a company, we were throwing events. And clothing was another way to monetize these. We had this point where the events we were going were selling out to the point where we'd maximized what we could make off that. And it wasn't necessarily about making more money and more profit. It was how can we make more money to do more dope shit and to do it on a bigger level because it just costs more. So we increased the revenue streams. And so for us right now to drop CBD, we obviously work in the cannabis space, and there's a lot of different reasons as to why that makes sense. But for our music community out here that's watching this move and wants to maybe mirror it to their own is events were a big part of our business. Probably 85% of our revenue the last 3 years, 2018 or 2017, 18, and 19, events were 85% of our revenue. 2020 took away 85% of the ways that we make money. And so we haven't even launched the CBD yet. So it's not like we created this to combat that loss of revenue stream. But when we lost our revenue stream, we had to get creative and speed up. Okay, we need other things to do. Luckily, we were blessed enough to do a lot more to where we were fine this year just doing digital marketing. But again, the thought process is we quickly shifted. Okay, we've talked about CBD forever. Now we need to have it, because whether we have events or not, we can get these products off online. And we know enough people where we know we can deliver quality products. It's not like we're just doing this. But for artists out there, if you do not have merch and apparel, get merch and apparel. Don't make your merch and apparel just about your name. Make it something dope that people will want to wear, but can also fit into your branding as an artist or a musician. If you have music, granted, CDs don't sell how they used to sell, but limited albums. If you have a super small fan base, you should be able to sell 20 to 50 albums. You could put them out for $50 a piece. That's not a ton of money, but you could hustle those off to make a couple $100, reinvest that into something else that'll have another return on that, and continually grind from there. Widen your revenue streams. Streams on Spotify don't pay shit. Views on YouTube don't pay shit. You're likely not getting paid off your Instagram account as an influencer. So you need tangible things to make revenue while you're building your audience. And you do not need a massive audience. You can leverage a small audience with limited personalized stuff and build as you grow your audience. So my music marketing game for artists out there is to widen your revenue streams no matter what size of artist you are.
Widen your revenue streams. More streams of revenues. Use data. Look at your analytics. Look at your Instagram. Look at your Facebook pages, man. Look at the cities and states and countries where people are listening to you. Go on your Spotify profile. Look at the information that will tell you where your fans are at. You will see more success. That's my music game. Use the data to tell you what to do next. Now, cannabis, let's do a cannabis version of this. Cannabis-wise, I've been hearing a lot about, in the terms of like, I just drove through Hollywood today. I seen a billboard. It was a cannabis brand billboard, and it was a collaboration. It was a brand collabing with an artist. It was Wizard Trees and Doja. Huge collaboration here in California. And I thought to myself, man, not only did I not see anything about it as a music or a cannabis publication, but the only chance I really get to discover it is by driving past that billboard, right? Or probably on Instagram or something. So I just find it interesting. My little bit of cannabis marketing game, you guys, is do something, do anything, do whatever you guys can that will get you trackable data, Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube videos, more Google content, blogs, things like that. Just anything that's going to get you data to tell you an ROI, that's going to help you guys win better. My JPing cannabis marketing game for you guys. Yeah. I'm going to say that probably week after week until everyone understands it.
I mean, and sometimes, the best game in life is always going to be the most simplest and straightforward. People just don't want to apply it. And that's where everything happens from it. People want to hear some amazing life-changing idea that they've never heard before when they're seeking mentorship or game or criticism, and it's usually some simple shit you already know and the most cliche shit in the world. But the moment you can adopt that to your mindset and actually execute on it is when you're going to see how powerful it is.
Google is old. Facebook is old. YouTube is old. Cannabis is new. These strains are new. Get your guys' asses on YouTube and Google landing pages and run Facebook ads. Contact us if you need it. We got us. We got partners. We got influencers. Whatever y'all need, we can help. We just want to help you guys win, man. Brands, artists, y'all, community, whatever. We got you. Let us know. Tap in. Man, this is a Respect My Region podcast, man.
There we are.
We lit.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it for episode 3. We appreciate you guys hanging in, whether you're chilling with us live, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whatever.
Appreciate y'all.
Millions of services. Appreciate everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Tap in, follow us, subscribe, respect my region, baby. Love you guys.